I am so excited to announce that I have partnered with Yahoo Sports. I'm now part of the Yahoo Sports family. This is a very, very exciting moment for me. This is a huge moment for me because I've talked to a lot of different entities, a lot of different outlets over the last few weeks and months, and a lot of people, presented very generous, very thoughtful offers. Listen to what I wanted, listen to what I wanted to do, listen to, who I wanted to bring with me. And it was a tough decision, but ultimately every time I went back to it, Yahoo was there. And they met every single thing that, I asked for, that I wanted, and then some. And I love this new era of Yahoo Sports. This isn't your old, granddaddy's Yahoo Sports. This is a brand new era. This is a new leadership team. Ryan Spoon is someone who I've loved working with at ESPN and have great admiration and respect for. He's the president, the relatively new president of Yahoo Sports. Sam Farber is there, who's done incredible things as well. And they've been just an absolute joy to work with in getting this deal done. And so when I say I'm partnering with Yahoo Sports, what does that mean? Well, what I wanted in this next chapter, in this next step, was to own my show, to be my own boss, to own my content. I have long admired the likes of Howard Stern, Pat McAfee, Dan Le Batard, Rich Eisen, Dan Patrick for many, many years. These are the people that I look up to. And they've built what I dream of building. And what they all have in common, among other things, is that they own their show. They own their content. And this is what I wanted. I've built other people's channels up. I've asked you to move around with me from place to place. I don't want that anymore. I want one home. I don't want to move. I don't want to leave. And I want to own the content. And so in this deal with Yahoo, I own the content. I'm the executive producer, but I'm also the owner of the show and everything that we are building, the feeds, whether it's our YouTube channel or our podcast feeds. And that's gigantic for me. And so speaking of the show, what is going on? A lot of you have asked, is the show going away? What's happening? Show's not going away. It's only getting bigger and better. The Ariel Helwani show's here, and that's huge for me as well, because I've always kind of pushed aside that name because I didn't feel like I had earned it. Like, I didn't feel like, anyone could slap their name on a show, but I wanted it to mean something, and I wanted people to understand what it meant. What does that show represent? And so now the anchor will be MMA, but we're also into boxing, we're into pro wrestling, we're into a little darts, a little football, a little basketball. Combat will 100% be the anchor, but we could talk about whatever we want. The show will air Mondays, Tuesdays, Wednesdays, Thursdays, same time, 1 p.m. Eastern, now 4 days a week. And maybe the main question that I received over the last week plus, are the boys coming with you? The Parlay Pals, the Parlay Boys, are they all coming with you, or are you going solo? And every conversation that I had, I made it very clear, I'm not doing any of this without my guys. I said this many months ago. I will never do my show again without my guys. And specifically, I'm talking about New York Rick, GC, Mysterious Frank. Those are my guys for life, and I want to do my show with them forever. And so they were a part of every single conversation. And if they weren't a part of the conversation, if the entity didn't want them, we moved on. And so I'm very excited to announce that they're all coming with me. Rick, Frank, GC, they're all coming with me. And on Thursdays, you guys have been loving the GC and Rick show, aka the boys in the back. So that'll be their show. And I'll be there as well, riding shotgun. But this is, what you've seen from them over the last year plus. When they're solo, that's what you'll get. In the next few months, we'll be launching a specific boxing show dedicated to the sweet science. We'll also be launching a wrestling show. This is a new combat sports hub, if you will, a new player, a new kid on the block. And, we're a little bit different. And, we kind of consider ourselves underdogs. We've done things differently. We've had to scratch and claw, and there have been ups and downs, and there's a mindset attached to this. And there's sort of like a way of life and a way of looking at things. And when I was trying to think of a name, what to call this hub that we have created, one name kept coming to mind. And so let me explain what I'm talking about here. Everything that I've just talked about was, the podcast, the video, audio, video, all that stuff. But one big thing for me in all of this was to create something like what Bill Simmons created with Grantland, what he created with The Ringer. I wanted the audio video, but I also wanted the vertical, the website, the new home for combat sports. And Yahoo was down, and they wanted that as well. And so under the Yahoo Sports umbrella, we are now creating a new combat sports vertical called Uncrowned. Uncrowned.com. It is here. The uncrowned era is here. Consider ourselves, like I said, cats that like to march to the beat of their own drum, the uncrowned kings of combat media. We'll have a site that's dedicated to all, but then an MMA specific site, a boxing specific site, a wrestling specific site, all under uncrowned.com. We'll be hiring new, fresh writers, new voices, old voices will be coming on board. I can't wait. My friends are coming with me. I've partnered with one of the greatest sports outlets of all time in their new era, and we're bringing the uncrowned era. I own my show. My name is attached to the show. I get to talk about whatever I want. We got a new set coming. This is the freedom. This is the life. This is everything that I dreamed of. Thank you so much for your support. Thank you for your loyalty. Thank you for sticking with us. Thank you for bouncing around. Hopefully those days are over forever now, and I can't wait to get rolling.